Good evening, everybody. It's great to be back with you. It's only been a couple hours after a little while away. I want to give us a little bit of time for people to jump on here, but I wanted to talk with you. This is the first of 3 segments that we're going to do. As it says in the bottom, it's called, this segment 1 is going to be Stand Up Michigan and Stand Up Counties. Segment 2 will be tomorrow evening, same time, 6 p.m. That'll be about the state of the state. And then Wednesday is going to be basically a national update. So I wanted to break these into short, smaller segments so everybody could watch at their leisure or in the area of interest. But I wanted to come on here and have a good opportunity to talk with you this evening. We've got so much going on. I know you realize that we're only just a month away from it having been 1 year since we found each other, since Stand Up Michigan was born in April of 2020. And we are still staring at these lockdowns. I'm going to talk a lot about that tomorrow night in the state of the state. However, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. As we went through last summer, and many of you joined us in our protests for freedom, which is what we ended up calling them after the Freedom Fests weren't enough because people didn't want us to meet and gather, right? So we called them Protests for Freedom. And those events became so popular and so big, and a lot of you participated in the Unlock Michigan campaign. I'm going to touch on that again tomorrow night as well. But we are going to repeal the 1945 law. It's a matter of time to get this through the Secretary of State. But we are indeed going to get that law repealed. Some of the senators I'll mention tomorrow night specifically have been asking for them to verify these signatures that you work so hard on. But as we came together with our group of 400,000 that Facebook wiped out, and then we had the Stand Up Michigan to Unlock Michigan Facebook group with 100,000 and the Facebook Stand Up Michigan Facebook page that were simultaneously eliminated the day after the election. With many, many other conservative organizations across the nation. No, by the way, notifications, no warnings, no follow-up whatsoever. Bottom line is trying to silence our voices. That's where we've been at. So where I'm at and where we're at right now, we've talked about many times, but I'm going to cover it again today. And that is that we're about the care and the informing and activating, right? Those are our 3 pillars. Part of this, of course, means that we're very relational. It is about your stories. It's connecting you with each other. It's helping us to be part of the solution. Again, the government is not going to supply the solution. We're very organizational minded, meaning we are creating a foundation that is going to last. We are going to be here as the main, I believe, conservative organization that is going to be an umbrella to help all groups and organizations be able to stay connected. But it takes time and lots of work. And believe it or not, we're very much ahead of the game because we started making some of these moves last year in May when we were taken down. We had to begin going through a website, and that website already was a self-serve, self-hosted website that was not on any big tech platforms. We all witnessed what happened with Parler, witnessed what happens with many other conservative groups that are dependent on platforms that could be deplatformed at any time. That's not going to happen with Stand Up Michigan because we have been planning and structural in nature, and we're strategic in our planning. So what we really need as we build this foundation is we need you. Our communities need you. Our state needs you. America needs you. For those of you that touched and saw the president's message at CPAC from yesterday, I want to just take away, and I'll touch on different parts of it the next 3 days. But the main thing I want you to all know is it felt very comfortable, very normal. There was a leader saying that he's not going anywhere, confirming that we are not going to have a third party, that we are the conservative movement. CPAC is the Republican Party of the future. It is the conservative voice. The grassroots are going to run and control the party. It just simply means we have to identify those that do not represent our values and aren't going to follow what we have, Republican, Democrat, or whatever other banner they fall under, independent, and find people that will stand up and run and actually represent what the people expect. 75 million people voted in favor of President Trump. But as he mentioned, it wasn't about President Trump. It wasn't about him as a man. It was about America first. It was about preserving the American way of life. It was protecting and preserving so many of the freedoms that we hold so dear and the foundations from our forefathers that were given to us. And so we have to continue to fight for those things. And we have identified with hundreds of thousands of you in Michigan and tens of thousands throughout the country throughout last year. And several times, of course, all of those connections kind of got wiped away, didn't they? And so we're moving, and again, in a very strategic format. So let me tell you a little bit about it. If you go to our website, you'll see there have been some updates there. I guess I'm going to click off here onto a couple more of our little banners. The first thing is I want to make sure that if you are not on our email list, you need to go to standupmichigan.com. It will pop up on the homepage. You will see stand-up counties there. That's going to be my next conversation point, stand-up counties. We are going to be moving to meeting together face-to-face, person-to-person, by region and by county, depending on the size. Sometimes there may be numerous counties that will meet together, and we are going to have some counties that may very well have 2 or 3 chapters or groups because of the size of those counties. And this is our plan and mission throughout early spring of 2021. We are going to get together. We are going to meet, again, person to person, sharing our information, thoughts, ideas, calls to action off of big tech. We are not going back, and we're asking you to come with us. We know that you have platforms there. We know you feel like you just can't get away from it in some way, shape, or form. But it is very important, at least in regards to us sticking together and being able to be effective in providing solutions in our own communities. It is going to be that we're going to be identifying people in large numbers by county who voted for these ideals, voted for President Trump, voted 72 counties in Michigan, voted in favor of freedom and liberty and not for oppression and tyrannical lockdowns, right? 72 counties. Some counties in the number of 70% plus. That means 7 out of every 10 people in those counties represent and back freedom. We have to identify and collect information from every one of those people off of big tech, off social media, so we can stay connected. And so we need you to sign up to our email list right there, standupmichigan.com. And the reason we need you to do it again, even if you did from way in the past, if you were on part of maybe Unlock and you signed up then to be a circulator, we want to have you, now you'll be identified by county so that we can send you specific emails to your region or your county's meetings when they're coming up, or calls to action in your county, if indeed it is something that affects your region or area specifically. And that way you're not getting a broad email and you've got to look for every 7th one that affects you. We're going to try and be concise. Now, there will be some calls to action that are statewide, nationwide, for sure. So depend on that. The second thing we're getting some phone numbers. Let me explain why. It is very, very important that we have maybe multiple communication platforms in which to reach each other. Sometimes they may be critical in time. We are going to be working on a very sophisticated plan to be able to do a texting campaign as well. And those will be campaigns where we can reach out. This will not be on some of the things you've seen in the past, some of the political things. It's not going to be like that. But when we have a meeting in your area where you may get a reminder, when we have a call to action that's specific to something that's happening, maybe it's a business that needs help in your area, whatever that might be. But if we have a call to action in your area, we may very well be sending a text message to you, and we may be doing some testing during that process as well. These sophisticated text messaging would be able to be interactive, but we'll be able to connect with you in a broad format. And this, again, would be the 2 forms, email and texting. These are things that big tech cannot touch or take away from you or from us. And this is going to be vital to us moving forward. Understand the censorship is extremely real. You see it on everything you look at. Things that you haven't even sent, from Messenger to other platforms. It's not allowed. It's fake news. It's not factual. It's part factual. Here's what you should really be thinking. Here's what you should really be doing. Get rid of that as soon as possible, as much as possible, and begin to realize that there are good, positive, truthful information, including articles and people that you can trust. And we're going to be sharing those with you as well. So once you sign up on there, you will notice that there is a link to a PDF. We talked about this before, but this is an 8-up version that you can print off. This is so that you can cut these out. You can send these and hand these out to your coworkers, to people in your church, to people in sporting events that you go to that are like-minded people. People in the grocery store wearing that MAGA hat or that Trump hat. Hand them one of these and say, are you a part of Stand Up Michigan? Sign up for the email list. Sign up for 12 months free on Locals. Locals has been a fantastic platform for us. It was created by Dave Rubin from The Blaze. Mark Meckler was originally and is still on Locals. Mark Meckler was the original founder of the Tea Party, and he is now the CEO of Parler. But he is utilizing Locals as a platform that he has used for the last year or two. So this is a secure platform. It is not something that's going to be deplatformed, and we have been able to be censorship free. But the difference with Locals is it is a community-based group. So when you type in one word, Stand Up Michigan, and you click on, you'll have, you need to use the link that's provided in that on the website, because it will provide a direct link to the 12 months free for you to be able to sign up. Now, if you are willing to contribute, you can sign up for $3, $5 a month, whatever, and you can do that as a contribution area also. It does collect your information. We are able to keep the trolls away that way, and that's vital for all social platforms so that you can be heard, but you can also be secure. That's a part of it. So right now we have I just checked, just under 8,000 Stand Up Michigan members who are part of locals.com. If you join here, we post all the videos that we do, the links to important updates, encouraging things that will be done and posted up onto Locals. And then you can post anything you want in there and share it with all the other Stand Up Michigan members, which are from Michigan and outside of Michigan. So this is a great thing to get people to connect and to be able to hand them something tangible, where you can certainly tell them, go to standupmichigan.com, and all of these links are right there. So that's number one. Number two, when you go to standupmichigan.com, there is a link to Stand Up Counties. I just mentioned what direction we're headed. Think about this. Back in the Bible days, they met in churches, they met in synagogues, they met in groups of fellowships, and they met in taverns. That is where people met. It's where they shared ideas. It's where they came up with plans to help their community, to establish who it was that were going to be the leaders or what it is the people wanted. And we are going to revert back to that concept, and we are going to spread the word, one community, one neighborhood, one city or town, one county at a time, so that this movement is going to grow to something that is much bigger than we had last year, but it's also going to be secure so that people can't tell you that what you're thinking isn't accurate, it isn't fair, it isn't right. I mean, you realize that I posted something directly, a quote from Abraham Lincoln with his picture, and was told by Facebook it was partly false. This is partly false information here. Is that not crazy? It was a quote from 1864. That is what we're dealing with there. We got to get our minds out of that relevant or that particular process. So the second thing that we want you to do is, when you go to sign up for Stand Up Counties, which is on the home page of the website, if you scroll down, it'll say Sign Up Stand Up Counties. The logo looks like this, okay? And when you go to there and you sign up, it's going to ask you basically a couple of questions. It's going to say, are you wanting to attend? Are you willing to host a meeting? Are you willing to help organize in your county? Are you willing to be a county leader? What we're doing is, and we have had thousands of you that have signed up statewide. And when I say thousands, not tens of thousands, but thousands that have signed up to be involved at the county level. We held our first meeting up in northern Michigan. Some of you may be able to comment in here if you attended that meeting. It was up at, it was through Friskies, but it was at Harvest, I think Harvest Bible Church or Harvest Faith Church up near Charlevoix. There were hundreds of people that attended that meeting. They had a legislative panel. They had a media panel, and Tammy presented the Stand Up Counties and what it was we were going to do. It was extremely well attended. It was a terrific meeting. And we had the people then identify through counties at the end of that meeting. And there were 18 counties that were represented. Some drove quite a ways in order to attend the first one of those regional rollouts, as we called them, and there are many more coming. I'll share with you some of the dates and times that are coming up, but if you're on the email list, you're going to get those anyway. So second thing is we have been working on and I'm sure you saw it, guidebook for stand-up counties. A lot of people say, what does this mean if I want to host a meeting or if I want to help organize a meeting? I don't know what that means. How do I get a hold of the people and recruit them? And if they come, what do I do? How do I hold the meeting? What do I do in a follow-up? That's why we're creating a detailed guidebook. This has been taken from ours and other organizations and some unique content to what is Stand Up Michigan is about. There'll be a digital version of this. So once you sign up that you're going to help us in your county or your region, we will then get you a copy of the digital handbook, which is going to, again, be a PDF you can print off or look at on your phone or online. But in here, I just want to give you just some highlights here under the table of content. Of course, it talks about what we are and our mission and our vision so that you've got those things to be able to share in a slide format during a presentation of those people learning maybe newly about Stand Up Michigan and what it is we stand for. But we're going to talk about, again, what is a Stand Up Michigan group? What are they going to do? What are the objectives? What are our goals? We have a code of conduct, meaning we want to make sure that these meetings do not become anything from the violent side or issues that don't stand for the values in which we uphold and hold dearly, because we have to be very careful. There will be people attending these meetings looking to get videos and be able to say, this is a hate group. You need to target these people. Trust me, it's already happening all across the country, and we can't allow it to happen. So starting in our new counties group, we're going to talk about recruiting leadership. So you're going to have leadership by county. We're going to talk about positions that you're going to need, how to put those together, how to get started. What does your first meeting look like? It's going to talk about communicating with your members, what you need to have to hold a meeting, meaning everything from pens and paper to whatever, making sure you gather information while they're there. You want to make sure everyone who attends gives you their email, their phone number, goes maybe on their phone and signs up while they're at the meeting and signs up at how they want to participate so that meeting and you can communicate with them immediately afterwards. That photos are taken of the meeting so that we can share those with each other. And like we did in Unlock, we can say, here is a meeting we held in this county, and here's how many people were here. And we are ready to go to work. It's going to include, again, understanding group email accounts, social media. So what we're going to do is once you've identified yourself in those counties, especially in a leadership position, or if you want to hold or you want to help organize at your county level meeting, we're going to hold some Zoom style meetings, and everybody understands the word Zoom, some video conferencing meetings that are going to train you, offer the resources, go through what a meeting looks like, and you'll be able to share that with both a group of people from your county or region or area, but also so that if you want to host something in your home, maybe you want to start with 10 or 12 people and then move to a local church or a local business after hours or whatever it might be, because we need to gather together. We have got to begin planning our strategy forward as a large movement, but we also have to have you connecting with each other on a local level so that we can make an impact in your community. Stand Up Michigan wants to do things in your community, but it's going to be you. We're just an umbrella. We're a name. We're a brand. You're going to wear it, but you're going to help do things in your community to attract the people who don't get involved in politics. They may not identify, and we hope they don't so much with a political party, but instead identify specifically and organizationally with our values, right? Our values of what we believe. The freedom of speech, the freedom of assembly, the freedom of religion. It may be, anti-abortion. It may be Second Amendment. It can be all of those things that we stand for. But it isn't about a party or a party affiliation. It isn't about Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Independent, or anything else. And that's why I believe and know that we're going to be able to attract hundreds of thousands of people to our movement, as we did last summer, who believe in what we're doing. And if you have an impact in your community, people will join. They will become a part, because we're going to be effective in providing the solution and not waiting on the government to provide it, right? So that is going to be part 2. This guide is going to be vital. It's going to be something, again, you'd have available. We're going to be offering online video conferencing solutions, which brings me to a really important part here. And I know that We've kind of touched on it before, but I want to mention it to you because it's been a major undertaking. It has involved our leadership. It has involved AZ Business Solutions and our marketing team. It has involved our group, BREM, which happens to host our website and is helping us with the third step, which is the Digital Freedom Initiative. I want you to look at this checklist here. This is going to be included in the brand guide as well, but I want you to understand, I'm going to read through this. So what we talk about with Digital Freedom Initiative, we're one of the first groups like this in the nation that have gone as far as we have in a plan. It takes a while to implement, but I want to tell you what we've already accomplished and where we're going to be very soon. So we talk about free from monitoring. We're going to share some other slides with you, and at these county meetings, you're going to get more detail of exactly what they know about you in big tech. I'm talking Google, I'm talking Facebook, I'm talking Twitter. It doesn't matter. Go across those large big tech platforms. They know more about you than you may know about yourself. You say that may not be true. I'm telling you it is. They know where you are. They know where you shop. They know what you like. They know what you're looking at. They know what articles you stop at when you're scrolling. They know what you shop for. They know how much time you spend at each of these places. And you probably don't even have those answers. We mentioned 5,000 points that they have and data points. And those details are shared about you, not you by name, but you by IP address. Your IP address on your phone, on your computer. Everything that is associated with you and the connections with you are shared with others so that they can market to you. They can affect you. They can manipulate you. That is the plan. And now they're beginning to target us because we don't fit the plan. It is vital. And I'm going to say this every time for the next few months until we understand. We cannot wait until it's too late. We cannot wait till you're deplatformed and we have no ability to speak until we're identified in a different way. We have to connect and find our way together now. It has to be done very, very soon. Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion, freedom of assembly. All of those things are what we're after. Okay, free from data mining, same story. Free from censorship. Again, shouldn't you be able to say, I love Stand Up Michigan and love without getting a fact check, sorry, 30 days in jail, 7 days of this, and we all go, oh, I'm in jail again. No, why are we accepting that? I'm asking you the question. Why are we so addicted to that's where we have to stay? We're willing to put up with the gray boxes that we've deleted your comment. We don't like what you're having to say. That should be a no. No one should be able to affect your ability of what you're thinking, of what you think, the comments that you make about your God, your religion, your family, your freedom. Those things that you do that are encouraging others should be able to be left on a platform, and we're going to be providing those platforms so that this is not a part of your life any longer. But you have to be willing to not just do it yourself, but I am asking every one of you that are watching this, which I know there's only 160 people right now. You know why? Censorship. Unbelievable censorship. YouTube, Facebook, it's there. We're utilizing them because it is the platform we can connect live, but these videos are going to be shared so that you can share them through your email list. Text a link to this video to everyone else after this so that they can watch this too, so that they will go and sign up as well. That's why we put the link back up. I'm going to go back up and do that while we're doing it, because I want to make sure that they do have standupmichigan.com. That's where everything happens. Self-hosted website. Guess what? I told you, we're already self-hosted on our own servers. No data points. Nothing that you do there will be collected or shared with anybody else. Self-hosted email service. We utilized MailChimp. MailChimp is not our friend. It is a part of big tech. We were censored. People didn't get the emails even though they signed up. People couldn't open applications. They couldn't share data. They couldn't share information. The videos wouldn't open. All of those things are absolutely, whatever you want to call it, throttled down, censored, whatever it is. We had to get it away from there. And we have worked with our tech group at BREM, B-R-E-M. That's the group. You'll see a lot more about them. They are partnering with us. They are freedom-loving people that are incredibly talented. They are hosting our website, and they have created already a self-hosted email platform That means when you sign up for these emails, we will have them on our own. Those will not be shared or sold with anyone else. And we will be able to contact you, and every one of you will be getting those emails. You'll be communicating back with us through our info@standupmichigan.com or one of our email addresses that will be linked in a lot of different areas, okay? One of the other things we talked about is Zoom and where we hold these. We have already created, we're already utilizing a self-hosted video conferencing capability, and it is done through our website. So we are literally able to host a meeting with up to 60 people, having chat capability, link capability. We can schedule the things and we can share information, again, like I say, with comments, just like we're doing on this StreamYard, which is pretty secure. But overall, we want to move to a very, very secure encrypted VPN type platform that no one is able to tap into or listen to what it is that we're saying on there. And so as we host these video conferencing meetings, which we'll be inviting you to, maybe it'll be a weekly basis, maybe it'll be monthly if you're a county person, but this video self-hosted platform already exists. We are currently working, we mentioned this to you before, a self-hosted video streaming platform that would be like this one. It may be linked to something like this, but it's going to be hosted on our website. The reason this is important is, therefore, the videos can't be taken down from a YouTube, can't be taken down from a Facebook. And let's face it, if you share it and it's taken down, blocked, or considered non-factual, the people may or may not be able to watch it in long term. If it is on or self-hosted on our website, the links would all come to your social platforms directly from our website. You would be going to the website to watch them, and therefore they're not going to be able to censor our content, our data, our language, our thoughts, or our actions, which is vital to all of us moving forward. We're working on self-hosted small business, and we're working on secure texting and calling. Again, that's part of it. We have moved to Signal, SIGNAL. It's an app. It basically will allow you to text. It will allow you to phone call, and it will protect where you are and who you are by scrambling and sending that around. It basically is a free service. Signal, SIGNAL. A lot of your people are already on it, but it is a way that we're communicating with each other that is secure. Again, not being able to track our IP addresses or what it is or who it is we're communicating with. And finally on here is individual VPNs. The reason I'm mentioning it is we are very, very close, especially those that join the stand-up counties will be the first ones that we are going to be able to offer. There's a cost involved. There's a cost for everything. But it isn't going to be $1 to Stand Up Michigan. They are going to create a private VPN network that you can sign up and sign on to, where your telephone, your computer, your laptop, obviously your iPad, up to, I believe it is 5 devices, will be able to have all be connected through a private, virtual private network, which means you will not be tracked. They will not be able to track your IP address or where it is. They won't be able to identify you in that way to help, again, protect you from being targeted, identified as things go forward. It's getting to be a scary world, and understand it is the world in which we live, right? So I want to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. I'm promised to keep these down into a reasonable amount of time so that people can want it. So join the email list. We are planning. This is what we had. We had our Northern Michigan meeting. Once you're signed up, you'll be getting information from there. Mid-Michigan meeting is going to be on April the 8th. That is going to be held in Owasso at Emmanuel Baptist Church. That's where the meeting. A lot of these county and regional meetings are going to be happening. We believe in churches. Churches have to wake up and get involved. They have to basically come to the party and understand that they are attacking you. This Equality Act that I'll talk about on Wednesday is specifically targeting the ability of religious organizations to be able to stand up and protect the values, the biblical principles, not only that our country was founded on, but certainly what God established for us. And they're attempting to take those away and take the status away from churches. Churches and their people are the key, I believe, to us being able to spread the word quickly and effectively throughout this state. That's on April 8th. April 27th, Ottawa County Patriot Group is going to be holding a Stand Up Michigan group. It will become the county chapter there. That's April 27th. We'll be having a meeting there. March 21st in Oakland County, there's going to be a meeting again. Once you get on these, the email list, and you identify by county, you'll get an email reminder of these, as well as a calendar that will be put up too. That's in Oakland County. So April 8th is Mid-Michigan. April 27th is going to be Ottawa County. And there will be probably a Newaygo Muskegon kind of county meeting that's going to happen in the meantime. A lot of activity is going to happen. I'm going to say all kind of simultaneously throughout the months of March and April. We want to have dozens of meetings happening simultaneously, and that's why we're going to do video conferencing for people to start holding these, because we can't get to every meeting. But some of the first larger meetings that we have, regionally rollouts, either Tammy or me or another speaker or person who represents the conservative movement will be there to speak as well, and we'll work with you on all of that going forward. So that's going to happen. Segment 2 and 3, again, this is about Stand Up Michigan and Stand Up Counties. Join, sign up, and if you would, please. And I'm asking because, again, we used to have 500 or 1,000 and 1,500 people that watch live, and they literally have throttled us down to where people don't get the notifications. They don't know we're here. So we're going to take this video. We're going to put it up on our YouTube channel. We're going to put it up on my public figure page on Facebook, as well as in locals. And you can share that link to, if you can, share that link on your personal public platforms. That would be your own Parler, your own MeWe, wherever it is. We'll post it on the Stand Up Michigan MeWe as well. It'll be posted on there so that you can share this, and share it by email if you would. Email your email list and say, watch this video. Segment 2 tomorrow night will be 6 p.m. It'll be the state of the state. And then Wednesday night is going to be a national update. And that is going to include bills, legislation, lockdown, and things that you need to know about. This is where we're going to look. The most important thing we can do, I'm going to wrap up, I promise, in 2 minutes. The main thing we have to learn to do is communicate effectively. That's going to be trusting each other, getting together and sharing and spreading the word quickly and easily through platforms like email, texting, and verbal, in person. If we do that and get off of these big platforms, we will be so effective that no one is going to see what's coming. When we hold a meeting, they will have no idea what's happening, because they won't even know what it is we're doing. And that's why I'm saying to you how vital it is for you to join and for you to take that information and share it with everyone that is like-minded. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people that you see in your church. Please pass along the standupmichigan.com website and ask everyone to sign up. My personal goal, and I've had a lot of them here with Stand Up Michigan since we go back to our hundreds of thousands and our Unlock Michigan, and all of you who helped with that initiative, right? How many of you helped circulate? 40,000 of you. My goal for 2021 is 250,000 emails. 250,000 emails. That is only half of the amount of people that signed the Unlock Michigan petition. This is not a difficult thing. We had how many voters? 2.5 million or more voters that voted in favor of liberty throughout the state. We're asking for 10% of those. Now, I don't believe we're going to blow through that number, but what I'm asking you to do is get 10 people to provide their emails, 10 people to sign up to be involved in your county. And as we have these county meetings, I want hundreds from every county, and that's going to multiply quickly. And we're going to be able to, again, do these videos, share them with you through emails, share them with you through our platforms and our locals off of Big Tech. And we're going to be able to grow and be able to have all of this together. But without you, this doesn't happen. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's why I want to wrap up. And this is what it is. To preserve the American way of life, we have to join together. We have to fight together. We have to speak with one voice, and we're going to help you provide the messaging, the bullet points, the information that is truthful, that everyone needs to hear about the various things that matter most to you. The things that are so skewed, the blinded people out there that are listening to the fake news presented in fake manner, and we have to get away from that as soon and as quickly as possible. And we're doing it. It's happening. I trust every one of you are going to share this. I trust every one of you are going to share that tomorrow night and Wednesday night segment is going to be there. And I've even left out, but I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. We are going to be creating a legislative panel and a program that is going to provide a platform for our voices, the grassroots, the other grassroots organizations throughout Michigan. And I'll cover that again tomorrow evening. So tomorrow, join me, same time, same place, 6 p.m. In the meantime, if you would, please share this through your social media platforms and email a link to this to your email list and have people encourage them. Please watch this video, watch the next 2 segments, and sign up to be a part of Stand Up Counties, where we're going to grow to hundreds of thousands of people like-minded, and we are going to take back our country. Have a great evening. We love you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening.